Welcome to the Geek Homeworld podcast. I am your host, Ed, aka The Savage Tech Man. We talk film, TV, and tech, all from a geek perspective. You can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook, and you can subscribe and follow on YouTube at Geek Homeworld. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Be a part of the Geek Homeworld. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon once again. I had about 10 people watching. I had a failed attempt. I tried to do this via OBS, and I just could not get my sound. Something was echoey. I tried everything. So anyway, we are here live streaming real quick. This is a trailer reaction and kind of review. It's the first trailer of Superman 2025. It's just being called Superman, which is a bold move because the first Superman with Christopher Reeve. So anyway, I got my hat on here with my Superman logo, got my Superman shirt, and got my Superman mug, which it says, if you look around the other side, coffee is my kryptonite, and that's true. When I started this, it was a lot more coffee in the cup. And it wasn't cold. So, caffeined up. I'm ready to go. Are you ready to watch the trailer? I'm psyched. So, I had about 10 people on, and they were like, what's going on? They probably didn't show up for this. So, anyway, let's go watch the trailer. Let's do a breakdown, okay? And here we go. This is a Superman official teaser trailer. The very first full-length trailer that we've gotten for the new James Gunn Superman film, and I am psyched to see. So leave your thoughts. Just for the chat, leave your thoughts in the chat. All right. So maybe somebody will come on. All right, let's just do this. I've wasted enough time, so let's get ready to present. Comments in the chat. Okay, why is it showing me that? Okay, comments. Boom. Leave your thoughts in the chat. This is our. Let me throw up my brand on here. I've got actually a better banner for that. This is a trailer reaction. I just want to get it straight here because this is a. I don't think I got a trailer reaction. Okay, create a banner. How about that? We can do that. Geek Home World trailer reaction. We'll just call this Superman 2025 teaser trailer reaction review. Trailer teaser. Trailer reaction. What do you call this? Reaction review. Our teaser trailer reaction review. Let's just put that in there. Teaser trailer, getting it set up. Everyone who's watching. So this will work. I'm just using StreamYard here, much easier. So welcome everybody that's joining us here. Just getting this set up real quick. Promise this will work. Unlike what we just had. I was trying OBS. So anyway, for y'all joining me here, I'm wearing got my Superman hat, my Superman shirt, and my now cold coffee in my Superman mug. And coffee is my kryptonite. So let's drink up some cold coffee. Alrighty. Are y'all ready? I am so stoked. Let's go. Let's do this. And let me get my little face out of the, well, I guess I gotta be on here for a reaction. How about that? Is that better? All right, there we go. So let's watch the trailer together and then we'll discuss it, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. I don't think that was planned. Oh my gosh, he's wheezing. Superman's wheezing, so he's been attacked or been in a battle. Oh, there we are as Clark Kent. Curly hair, I don't know about. Not sure how I feel about that yet. Wow, he's beaten up. Oof. Wow. I'm loving the John Williams score, but with a guitar. Good riff. So far, I like Lois. There's Clark. Director of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Fine trilogy. Is that Paul Kent? Interesting. Is he alive during this time? Flashbacks. What? He's whistling. Can that only mean, oh my gosh. I hope it's not hokey. I hope it's not hokey. It begins. Look up. Crypto.
Home. Take me home.
Oh my gosh. There's a Smallville homage right there. I'm doing Smallville while Clark gets a kid. Luther. Wow, James Holt. Looks like a Bond villain. Superman punch. Superman flag. Who would throw a can at Superman? Come on now. They're at Stag Industries. A kaiju. Maybe that's who he was fighting. It looks like one of his bots. That's more Metamorpho. Crypto. Mr. Fantastic. Look up. That's the tagline. July 11th, so right after, a week after Independence Day. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna pause this. Let's go back. This thing's gonna want to loop, so I'm gonna kind of go through a little bit and let's talk about it. First off, if you've got any comments, we got some people in here. Hey, Moto Viper, thanks for joining us. Always stoked to watch any Superman movie. Someone said to me they didn't realize I was on a stream the other night that I was a Superman fan. I don't really have any collectibles, but I'm probably going to get into them, especially this coming year. Yeah, I'm a big Superman fan. I was a Superman fan probably same time I was a Batman fan, a Spider-Man fan. Cold coffee's better than no coffee. Anyway, gosh. So yeah, a massive Superman fan. I always rooting for the good guys, and Superman has that quality I think we need in this world. And I think James Gunn's going to bring that back, the Christopher Reeve quality that he brought to Superman, that Superman was good all the time. And where you get a character like Batman, if you want to go dark, like they've done for decades in Warner Brothers, some good, some bad. The not so good, the Superman versus Batman kind of phase. Love Henry Cavill. Fantastic in his role there as Superman. I was very ticked that the way they did Henry Cavill. I think it was extremely wrong, but you got to go forward with how things have changed. He's moved on to probably bigger and better things. Henry Cavill is. He'll always be a great Superman. And by the way, Tyler Hoechlin that just wrapped up 4 seasons on Superman and Lois. If you've slept on that series and not watched it, you need to watch it. It's probably one of the best interpretations of Clark as a husband and father that we've never seen before. And they've done some things in there that they've never done in Superman. So go watch it. It's on the CW app or however you get CW, which is kind of almost like a non-entity. But anyway, getting back to it, Superman's always been hopeful. Superman's always been positive. And after the Dark Knight, everything was dark. And they basically were trying to make Batman-esque movies. And I'm sorry, that's Crypto in the background barking. So I won't be on the stream long, buddy. That's Barkley. Anyway, so Superman's very hopeful, and he's always positive and hopeful. And let me open that door just for a second so you can see me. It's okay, Barkley, dude. I'm right here, boy. All right. I'm right here, buddy. So anyway, he was so quiet when my OBS stream was not working. Now, of course, he's not. Hey, buddy. Are you gonna be okay? Hold on. You're not supposed to be in here, doggy. I know. Hey, buddy. All righty. You just want to hang out. Barkley, can you sit? Can you sit, buddy? Crypto, can you sit, Crypto? No, Crypto? Come on, Crypto, sit. You're a good puppy. All righty. So anyway, Superman's very positive. Oh, you found some paper there you can play with? No, don't play with my ornament. That's my Star Trek ornament. That's my data. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so I'm losing some people here. So yeah, Moto Viper says the suit's retro looking. I didn't like it at first. Had to grow on me, but I'm willing to move on with it and go forward with it. So I'm good with that. But let's look at the trailer. Let's break the trailer down. So basically what I was trying to say earlier is James Gunn is bringing back a very hopeful, positive Superman. Of course, he's going to face adversity. It's good to see Superman kind of getting his butt kicked, so it shows, he's not totally invulnerable, but he's dang near close to it. But he's going to stand up for what's right and what's just in this world. And, no matter what you believe, I guess we're going to see how the world reacts to that. Because, people say they want something hopeful, but then, we all have our different ways of coming at things and believing things. And we throw our own biases and everything else in there, and the media twists things and turns them, and your perception of the world can get you very jaded. And Superman was never jaded. Batman, very jaded, and he'll do what's necessary to get things done. He's a hero, almost an anti-hero. Superman is truth, justice, the American way, which truth, justice, and onward and upward, looking to the future is kind of what Superman is. And Superman is actually not just American. Yes, he landed in Smallville, Kansas. He's American, yes, but he's more universal. And I think we've seen that with the portrayal of Superman, in a lot of the iterations now. And where's my puppy? Where you at, puppy? I don't know. Anyway, so the dogs are in here somewhere. So I'm looking forward to see, a Superman that cares for everyone. Like I think we all ought to, no matter where you're from, what you believe. So anyway, let's do some shots and break down the trailer here. So, okay. This is going to be, we're going to see the Fortress of Solitude. Great. No. And just like a missile, Superman comes in there, and he is just he crash landed, and you realize he's escaping a fight or whatever, possibly fighting with that big kaiju. Is that what they call it? This part where he is just wheezing, and then you see that part where he's Clark. Even the way he walks there, just see how he's kind of got a gangly walk to him. You would look at that guy on the street, even though he kind of stands out being so tall, kind of towering over the rest of the people on the sidewalk there going into the Daily Planet. His Clark Kent's very kind of goofy. Even Tyler Hoechlin's one was a good Superman, but he seemed like a kind of cool Superman, maybe a little nerdy, but still a great interpretation of Superman. But this Superman's more like what Christopher Reeve did. He had two separate characters. His posture was a little bent over, and he was a little out of sorts there. Barkley's found some wrapping paper, by the way, so he's having fun with that right now. Christmas gift. Nobody saw that. Anyway, so anyway, we see hey buddy, he's under the table here. We see Superman kind of, so he's Clark Kent's very kind of gangly, and probably never really since Christopher Reeve have we seen a true. We've seen good versions of Clark Kent and Superman, but the difference I think here is going to be very Christopher Reeve-esque, and you can never go wrong going down that route. So anyway, he's walking the Daily Planet here, and we can see that. Okay, Let's see. Let me do this. Let me switch my view a little bit more, give you a bigger screen. How about that? Okay. So then he's walking in the Daily Planet here. This part where he's wheezing and he's spitting out blood. And then he looks right at the camera right there. Isn't that the shot right there? Like his eyes are looking straight at us. And he's like, and I feel like he's blacking out at some point. This is obviously after a major battle that he had. I don't know if it's against Metamorpho, which we get a glimpse of in the trailer. We'll talk about in a second. Or if it's, that kaiju that he was fighting, and you'll see he's like this tall compared to the kaiju that's like super big, and then so okay, we're moving along here, so let's go forward. Listen to that music from James Gunn, that guitar, I like that. And there's Clark and Lois, and she's like, okay, I get your Superman. This is because, just so you know, we're not going through an origin story necessarily with this. We're already established. We've already got heroes established that you're going to see in a few minutes. And we have Lois here and Clark. So they're well established. His whole world is fleshed out at this point. So I love that we're just diving in. We're not going through the origin story. And he looks back and is like, uh-oh, I see something or I hear something. And maybe that's the kaiju. I feel like they're going backwards in steps to that fight, but we'll see. And I love that guitar. James Gunn, director of the Guardian of the Galaxy trilogy, which is arguably one of the best trilogies in the MCU. Here's Pa Kent. I don't know how I feel about the look of Pa Kent, but I don't know. It's cool. And Superman, his hair's not so curly in this picture here. It's a little bit more, normal, just kind of unkept. There's a good father-son moment right there. That's going to be worth it. And we're getting the whistle there. And the thing is, this is the part that's really going to get me out. I'm a pet owner now, so it really got me with the crypto scene. But right before that, let me back up just half a second here, or half a frame. So we get, this is coming out this July, or July 20. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to back that up one more time. But I love the father and son scene that we had there. So I wonder, is Jonathan Kent going to be alive during this? It looks like, or is that in a flashback? Could be a flashback. And I haven't seen Ma Kent in there, so Martha Kent. So we don't know yet from this trailer. But the whistle, and you're like, what is he whistling for? And you see this, oh my gosh. And if you look real closely, you can see Crypto running, and that's so awesome. I've always thought Crypto was kind of hokey. I kind of thought like Crypto was not, M3's popping in. He said, I can't stay, but I'm giving you a thumbs up. I appreciate it. M3 and Moto Viper being here so far. Anyway, so back to the video. So seeing Crypto, I always thought Crypto was kind of hokey in the comics. I was like, because I guess I want my heroes to be more believable. And it seemed he wouldn't have a dog, but he did have a dog, and it works for me, and it looks good on screen. Because I'm just thinking, a dog with a cape, that just seems kind of silly, kind of kids, childish. But I feel like they're going to make it work here in Superman. So here comes Crypto. You can hear him just running those 4 legs. I'm going to be cheering in the theater. I feel like a lot of people are going to be cheering in that moment in the theater. It begins. Crypto. And the suit looks good. I mean, the suit looks a little bit different than it was.
Home. Take me home.
I love this picture when Crypto first comes up. Let me get right back to that. Kind of go through there. I don't know if we can. Look at that. Oh, gosh. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's a cute looking Crypto. I like it. And he's got his little cape on. How cool is that? I think we got to get Barkley a little Crypto cape. Maybe he needs that for Christmas. What are you chewing? What are you biting on, buddy? Are you biting on something? Oh, you're not going to tell me, obviously. You better not eating my ornament. Anyway, sorry. But there's Crypto. Isn't he cute? He's awesome. Because he wants to play. He's like, home.
Take me home.
Take me home. So he's going to pull him along. And then this right here, oh my gosh, what an action sequence. So apparently there's like a kaiju, I think right there, and it's knocking these like barrels. I assume these are like oxygen tanks. Maybe they're like doing some street work or something. And just, oh my gosh, this action. Look at that. Now I've heard some people complain, oh, it's too brightly lit. Well, we need to let James Gunn is putting behind that Dark Knight-esque period of, the darker Superman, the conflicted Superman. I'm sure he's going to be conflicted here, but he's going to be more hopeful. And that's really where we need to be with Superman. We need to reintroduce Superman in that way to the world, this world that sometimes isn't so positive. You need to look up, as the trailer says, is the tagline of the trailer, is and we need to look into the positive things going on. So that being said, I'm excited for this. I think this works. Oh, but look at that scene. Isn't that awesome? And then this Lex Luthor scene, you saw Superman fly right by there, streak right by, if you can see that. There he goes. He just streaked by, went so fast. And that look from Lex Luthor, he's up there, I guess, on top of Luthor Court, which is awesome design of the building and the logo there. I love that. And look at that. He looks like from the video game Hitman, James Holt. He's going to be great in this role. And I just feel like he's going to bring a great portrayal to Superman. And so, to Lex Luthor. He also looks like a Bond villain. And I'm assuming this is a bullet here, kryptonite bullet in this gun, I'm assuming. And there's some cages back here. I don't know if you can see them. So maybe he's collecting things and beings, and I feel like we see Superman in like a cage, busting out of a cage later. So maybe that's what's happening, like right here. And look at the big old Superman punch. And this part, this really gets me. This is like some war-torn country, and they're bombing everywhere. And this kid puts up a Superman flag.
Superman.
And he's saying Superman, and then these people, to juxtapose that, are screaming Superman. And look at this dude right here, this dude with the hat. He's going to throw a can and hit Superman in the back of his head. And I'm like, it just shows the more good you do, sometimes parts of society will hate you for the good you do. And unfortunate. So he's in Stag. I think it's Stag Corporation. I'm not sure what that is. Obviously, he's surrounded. Does this not remind you of when the guy was going to reveal Bruce Wayne's in Dark Knight? When the guy was going to reveal Bruce Wayne's identity as Batman on live TV, and then the Joker was like, "Oh no, I put a hit on his head. I don't want to spoil the fun. Let's not unmask Batman after all." And so, when he's trying to leave, and the people were like, well, they were like firing at him and gunning for him, quite literally. The guy that was going to testify against, who Bruce Wayne really was as Batman. And anyway, we see Superman going in here, and I don't know what's happening. But the next scene, see Stag Industries, there it is in the background. So we look at Stag Industries, and this is Guy Gardner. This is Nathan Fillion. I'm not the massive fan that some people are. He's in every James Gunn project that he does, and that's good looking out for your friend, I suppose. Viper says different suit. Yeah. The suit that is, let me see. Is that a different suit in there? Let's go back. Good call. I don't know. It looks similar there. Hey, buddy. Hey, Barkley. I don't know. And there's his Green Lantern ring. So he's kind of holding people back. That's a good still right there. And Hawk Girl looks awesome. And there's a kaiju right there. What is that, Crypto? Did somebody fall down a well? Barkley, please. Barkley. Be a good boy. You're going to deafen us all. But so we have Hawk Girl coming in there. The kaiju. Please don't bark, Barkley. Barkley. Come here. Barkley, sit. Okay, you're going to blow our ears out. Here is, okay, hold on 1 second, please. Sorry. When you have a pet, and these things happen. What, buddy? What do you want, buddy? You eat outside? boy. That's a good boy. All right. We're back. Sorry. More important things than new trailers, and those are your dog, your puppies, your cryptos. Anywho, so we're back. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's a scene. Look how small Superman is. I don't know if you can see him in there. He's really small in that picture right there. And against this kaiju of some sort. And then you see he totally engulfs him in flames. Now there's an interesting thing. Remember when we saw the first look, there's Superman getting torched. Now right there, we saw Superman sitting down. So this is right after I think that first like just little poster came out or whatever, or photo of Superman. He's putting on his boots, and people are like, why is he putting on his boots? He ought to be out there fighting whatever that is, Brainiac or whatever that's supposed to be. I don't know. And or maybe that's how the interdimensional beast gets in here, the kaiju. I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, so this is a really awesome moment. It's kind of like a guy putting on his boots, going to work, and he's saying goodbye to the one he loves. He's like, I got to go to work. There's my work right there. I got to go deal with this in his case, another world altering, situation that he's dealing with. So, hey, Curtis, Sergeant Curtis Schultz, Star Wars Squawk Box is here. Welcome. We're doing, just so you didn't see my coffee cup. And I tried doing an OBS stream earlier and it kind of went wonky. So I'm just doing this StreamYard and it's working better actually. But anyway, welcome. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Thumbs up on the video. Anyway, so we're everybody watching. We're here and we're breaking down the trailer and we'll go through it again. But here's an awesome picture of him and Lois and whatever's going on out the window there. So that's kind of an expanded shot of that original photo that we saw. So it's pretty cool. This is a very human moment with them. And that's another human. Now there, I haven't heard anybody break this part down, but this little robot, I think that's one of maybe that's Brainiac in the movie here. Where is it? Because look at that, unless that's Metamorpho, but I think Metamorpho maybe is a robot. So maybe, because you know what? Looking at this looks like, looking at the background with like these lights back here, I feel like this is in the Fortress of Solitude. So I don't know, maybe Lex Luthor got there and ransacked the place. I don't know, or whatever, that interdimensional being, the kaiju or whatever. I'm calling it an interdimensional being. I don't know where it came from. I'm just grasping at straws here, but maybe he came in and beat the robot. Maybe this is his, but he looks distraught. Superman looks distraught in this picture. So, or maybe this is some robot that was like Jor-El or his mother Laura. Maybe this was like projected on this robot. I don't know. I kind of want to think. I want to think that's like a Brainiac version. So we'll see if Brainiac's in this. You know, the thing in the sky earlier could have been Brainiac. Some people speculated. I don't know. I don't even know if Brainiac's in this film. But then we have. Yeah, you see more of that. That proves that shot there was the Fortress of Solitude, and that there is Metamorpho, which I didn't catch that on my first one. So I assume that he's humanoid. I need to learn more about Metamorpho. I think he is. I don't think he's a robot. Or he could be, and I could be wrong about that. Let me know. Does anybody know? It's just an AI robot, Curtis says. So is it Metamorpho? I know I'm saying that wrong, or I'm typing in the chat there. But anyway, maybe it's just an AI robot. Could be. But this is pretty cool. And there's a building. I'm trying to take this shot by shot. I'm not good at this. So apparently we've got buildings toppling over there. And then Lex Luthor's being Lex Luthor. And everybody's screaming Superman, Superman throughout the trailer. Wow, Nicholas Hoult looks like he's going to be menacing, which is what we need from the main adversary of Superman, Lex Luthor. So it looks like he's been in tussle. Maybe maybe he survived that Kuju. I can't say it. The big monster. Maybe he survived that initial attack, and he wanted to come out looking like the good guy, and Superman got the best. Oh, I need to go back and see about troops. And here's a flashback to that scene where they're in the desert, not the desert. Oh, sorry guys. I'm not great at this. Bavarian troops amassing at border. Cuss current level of threat. Whatever Cuss is, that must be their network. GBS News. Live reports coming in from the Bavarian border. Tension something. So that's the kid we see, and then he's putting that flag up for Superman and calling out his name. There's Superman. Looks like he's pushing like he's keeping a building from falling or something. It looks like he's inside of a building here, and he's pushing the wall. And that picture, oh my gosh, of Crypto. What a good dog. He's got his cape. I get choked up when I seeing Crypto in here. I don't know why, but I do. And he's dragging him home to I assume the Fortress of Solitude, so Superman can heal from whatever battle he was in. And there's Mr. Fantastic, which we saw a version of him in the Flash series on CW. I'm not a big fan of him, but people seem to like him. They say that the suit is awesome. Yeah, I don't know if I said earlier that was Lex Luthor, but before that picture of Lex there fighting. Anyway, so yeah, he's busting through a wall here, and you'll see he has a force field around him, which I didn't know he could do that, but I guess he could. And that's where they're fighting there in the stadium. I saw when part of that was filmed. That's him, and I think that is Ultraman. I think that is Ultraman in the film. And there's a good shot of is it Mr. Fantastic or Mr. Perfect? No. What I don't forgot the guy's name. What is it, chat? What's his name? Is it Mr. No, Mr. Fantastic is the Fantastic Four. I don't know. I forgot his name. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Anyway, so yeah, there's an awesome thing where he's got like a little bit force field, and they're just firing off at him, the authority. That's pretty cool. And Superman and Lois, they're embracing, kissing, and then he flies up. And that's a great picture of him there. Throwback to that. July 11th, 2025. Only in cinemas. Let's go back. But let's watch through it again. Let's run through it real quick and share your thoughts if you have any in the chat there. So awesome. I love this film. I'm officially stoked. I'm officially, as I know it probably would be, waiting for this film. James Gunn hasn't let us down yet, and I don't think he's going to start. So, let me know in the chat what your thoughts are about the trailer. Do you like it? Do you like it? Is it good? Yes. Yes and yes. Oh, it looks like I think of his name. I know I'm gonna love this his dog Crypto in this. I know I am. I already do. You like Curtis Schultz likes Taylor.
Home.
Home.
Take me home.
Take me home, Marco. Luthor Corp looks awesome. James Holder's going to be so good. That's Superman. That scene right there is good. I love the take on the John Williams portrait of Superman. He's going to improve upon it. Let's do a variation of it. I just felt as Gunn has not let me down. Fantastic. All right, let me just pause that for a minute. Let's bring this up, back up full screen here. So, yeah, let's talk about it. I think there are a lot of highlights in this trailer. There's a lot of things that I'm super excited about. As a Superman fan, yeah, I've always been. There you go, Superman, prove it. And I'm out of coffee now. And coffee is my kryptonite. So, yeah. Any other thoughts? I mean, there's not many people in here right now on the live, so. I love it. My thoughts are, I think it's going to be great. I'm excited. We need a good, positive Superman. You know, we've done the whole introspection, not criticizing the other ones. I mean, people will give you hell for the what Zack Snyder did with the DCEU, and they did make some serious missteps, especially Justice League and all that. You know, I'll still stand behind a Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition, because it really works out, the version of it, and did a good version of Doomsday. But I actually think one of the best live action, probably the best live action Doomsday I've seen is in Superman and Lois season 4. So spoilers there. Moto Viper, shout out to Geek Homeworld. Thank you, sir. But almost comically accurate. You want to look at it, go check out season 4 of Superman and Lois, the final season. And what they did, I don't want to say it on here, spoilers if you hadn't seen it, but they take one version of a character and spun it into Doomsday. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I ended up loving it, and it worked. They made it totally work. So, July 11th, I'll definitely be in theaters, hopefully July 10th or whenever we get a sneak preview of it to see Superman. I think James Gunn has got the right tone with this. They are doing a few pickup shots, by the way. And this is where he said Warner Brothers is going to be different than the MCU, than Marvel has been with things. They are not going to go in without a script being locked, meaning the script is locked, no changes. You know, yeah, you have updates, but they're minor. You know, that's typical on a film set. But they're going to lock the script. And he's like, with Warner Brothers, we're going to lock the script. So that means there's not going to be major rewrites. We're not going to go back and do reshoots. Like Marvel is famous for reshooting. Your director has a vision, but he's pretty much under the umbrella of Kevin Feige. And sometimes that can be good, because we've seen directors when they go off script, they're kind of Eternals, even though I kind of liked Eternals for what it was, but that's another story for another video in another time. But you know, you get stuff like if you get into Star Wars and you've got directors like with the Acolyte, we won't even go there. Of course, that's just a Disney Plus show, but oh dear. And Taika Waititi, what he did with Thor: Love and Thunder, you know, I can think of some bad examples. So what I'm saying in relation to that is that James Gunn said at Warner Brothers, we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it the way you're supposed to do a film. You're going to lock the script. That's what you got to film. Okay, what's in the script. And they're doing pickup shots. Basically, they're just expanding on some atmospheric shots to enhance scenes that have already made the cut of the film, that are locked into the script. So I can respect them for that. And I think that's important, because especially when you have previous ownership of Warner Brothers, you had people in suits that didn't know comics, didn't know the lore, didn't care. It's just whatever they could throw at the wall that would stick and make money, you know, is really what it felt like. And that's why the Zack Snyder films were riddled with rewrites, and especially Justice League was you could feel them shifting the tone and the look of the film, even switching directors when Zack Snyder had to be pulled off of that because of the tragedy with his daughter there and other things. So there'll be none of that in James Gunn. And is it Saffron? I'm not sure if that's the guy that co-owns it or is co-leading. I can't remember his name. I could be wrong on the name there, but James Gunn's definitely one of the bigwigs there. So he can call the shots, and that's great. That can be great and that can be bad. But I think in this case with James Gunn, it's going to be good because he's a creative that's actually in part control of the company. So I think he really he's shown us with Guardians. He took a property that nobody really knew about, at least the average person didn't, unless you're a hardcore deep cut fan. And he took that and he brought it forward to make us care about a tree that talks and a raccoon. I mean, some of the greatest characters. And so, Guardians is, the stuff of legends at this point. And so I think it looks like he's bringing it for Superman, and it's about time. I'm tired of a negative world where, everything is dark and everything is gritty. That's fun. Yeah, it can be fun. But we also need to juxtaposition that too. There's always hope in the world. There's always, goodness. There's somebody out there that cares a little bit more about yourself than you do. And they want to help you and they want to help others and they want to lift people up. And that's what Superman is in his essence. He is a positive person. Does he have his troubles? Sure he does. Does he go bad? Yes, of course he does. Especially when the Joker killed Lois and, one of the stories there and he goes full, whatever. And those what ifs are fun, but in the essence of what Superman was, and can still be, he is a bright, shining light, what is it in Man of Steel? They said, the voiceover from Jor-El was like, in time they'll meet you in the sun. They'll join you in the sun. You can be a light to them. And yes, you get to the point where they push it to the whole Jesus, archetypes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, sometimes you can push too far into that people turn some people off, whatever. Superman has always been hopeful. He's been a positive force in the world, in the comics, in the movies, and that's how he should be portrayed. And, he's the Boy Scout, Smallville picked up on that, even though they didn't go they went a little bit dark towards the end there, but, they ended it with hope and all that. But, there's different creators that are going to tell the story just a little bit differently. But Superman needs to be that positive force in the world that's uplifting. And, there's really just, you feel like he's someone that can truly inspire. We don't have enough people out there that are inspiring people. So to have the character of Superman out there in a positive fashion is great. And he's going to be fighting against a world that's indifferent to him, probably thinks he's an alien, probably thinks he's here, illegally and doing horrible things, and they can spend that however they want, but because everybody's allowed their own opinion. But you still have to have Superman care. He doesn't care about just Americans. He doesn't care about just this or just that. He cares about the world as a whole, and he's trying to be accepted in the world, but you're not always going to be liked for what you do. Some people are going to hate you for the good that you do in this world, but you can't let that stop you from doing good. Because why did you even show up on the scene ever trying to do good if you're just going to be defeated by haters that it's their job to hate on you? You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good to see this portrayal of Superman. And I feel good from the theme of it, the tagline that was on the poster, and they even had the animated poster, which is really awesome. I like the color scheme on it as well. It's kind of retro colors, kind of works for me. But it says look up, and he's literally kind of looking up, and he's got his hands by his side, and he's looks like he's flying up, especially in the motion poster, so it looks like he's soaring upwards. And so look up, that says it right there. We need to all look up. Stop looking down and looking around and how bad things are. Let's look up and let's find some possibilities. Let's make some things progress in a kinder, better fashion in the world. And so Superman is that. That's what he is. He is that positivity. He is that good thing. So enough about the character of Superman. I think they've nailed it. let's see. Nicholas Hoult, I think, is going to be a great juxtaposition of Clark Kent Superman. Superman's the hopeful one, and he's just going to be scheming. He's going to be, I think he's going to be deliciously evil. You know, I say that like characters that like eat the script. You know what I mean? They embody the essence of their character. And I feel like Nicholas Hoult is one of those younger actors. Everything he does, he's really engaged in it, and I feel like he's going to be great Lex Luthor. He definitely has the look. And like I said, from the still there in the trailer, looks like the Hitman video game. He looks like a dead ringer for that. So there you go. There's a possibility if everyone wants to spin off into that franchise. But he looks the part. To me, one of my all-time Lex Luthor's, big screen, small screen, wherever, is Michael Rosenbaum. I feel like he embodied Lex in so many ways and made him believable. And, you know, he's kind of a tragic anti-hero, whatever, you know, or a bad guy. And he's like, you know, when we get to the final episode of Smallville in season 10, I think it was, he said, I am the villain of the story. He finally embraced who he was. He stopped trying to think he was good and bad. And he's like, I'm just the bad guy. And, you know, sometimes bad guys can just be bad guys. And you got to have your good guys and your bad guys, and they got to work it out. But, you know, the whole thing since probably, I don't know how far you go back. I was talking on a stream with somebody about this is, you know, it's neither good nor bad, but, you know, like Vader became a sympathetic character, and we see why he became evil. And, you know, like Thanos thinks he's good. All bad people think they're good. They think they're doing something for their righteous cause. And sometimes they don't see the damage that they cause by what they do. And so, you know, the whole trick is everyone's an anti-hero. You know, you get Suicide Squad. We're not bad guys, or we were bad guys, but kind of reformed. So we're kind of anti-heroes. And, you know, it works for some of those that they're supposed to be that way, but I don't think every villain has to be that way. Sometimes you're just a bad guy or bad person. You know what I mean? And, but either way, you know, the opposite was, of course, you know, shallow villains that were just evil and twirling their mustaches, you know, and there's room for that too. But I feel like, you know, you need a mix of everything there. So I think it's going to work out well. I feel good about this direction that James Gunn is going. Are there any things we hadn't talked about in the trailer? Anything that anybody's watching? Any thoughts you had? Please put them in the comments while we're live here. I'll be glad to respond to them, or afterwards if you put comments after this is up on Geek Home World website, which I guess I need to blatantly say like, share, and subscribe. Blah 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 blah. Subscribe to Geek Home World at youtube.com/@geekhomeworld4248. If you've not hit the thumbs up on the button, for little creators like me, it means the world. I don't know what it means, but it means something to the algorithm. I'm not chasing an algorithm. I'm just doing what I love and talking about how I feel about things in film, TV, and tech here on Geek Home World. And anyway, I appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all that stuff. Ding the bell. Smash that button, whatever you got to do. And let me go back. Where were we? Oops, nope. No, pushing the wrong buttons. Alrighty, so I'm not sure what you mean by DFS about shadow villain. Are you saying like a villain that's kind of like undercover? Not undercover. What's the word I'm looking for? Are you basically? I guess you're talking about like the anti-hero shadow villain. I'm not sure. So like you think they're a good guy, or they're presented kind of as a good person, but they're really not. You know what's interesting about some of the portrayals of Lex Luthor is that, and maybe it was Gene Hackman in Superman films, the original Superman films with Christopher Reeve, is that, and it was also on Smallville with Lex Luthor and probably some other incarnations, that Superman is a jealous, or well, Lex Luthor is jealous. He wants the world to love him, but he wants to do things on his terms, which aren't necessarily good for everyone. But he's very jealous of Superman. He's jealous of his success, and Lex is. And so we've seen portrayals like that, and they look at, well, even though he's already apologized for his role in Batman versus Superman films. I can't think of the guy, that did Lex Luthor that nobody really liked. He's like, talked about the fact that that Superman has these powers and he doesn't share them with the world, and it's very selfish of Superman not to share his power with the world. And I think that's part of the Lex Luthor archetype there. And so, oops, I gotta let Puppy see me. Hey, Barkley. Hey, crypto puppy. I know. Good boy. Did you want to say hi to the camera? Here, Barkley. Up. You don't want to be on camera? I can't move the camera. I could, but come here. Nope. I know you probably want to play. So I got to go play with the dog. So got to show the dog something. I know. I gave you a bone. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back and we'll wrap this up, okay? Promise. Don't go nowhere. And we're back. Please don't bark. Hey, buddy. Hey, Barkley. Good boy. So anyway, I'm going to bring this stream to a close and all that. So thank you guys for showing up. I'm sorry I had problems with the other one. So I had like 10 people in there when I did the first one on OBS, and I just could not get it straight. I'm going to work it out. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining us. I've enjoyed talking about this. We'll probably be doing more episodes about this. Good point, DFS. I have the book. Red Sun is still one of my favorite Superman stories. Give me 1 second. I bet you I've got it over here. Red Sun. I've got the omnibus, or the big Superman Doomsday book that collects all the stories. Here's Hunter Prey. That was a follow-up to some of the Superman. Some really cool pictures on there. I'd love to take some of these and just frame them. Oh, this is interesting. The Wedding album. How many have that? Superman and Lois. I didn't even know I had that. I forgot I had that. Superman Infestation. I don't know what that is. That was an annual. Action Comics. This was when they're supposedly coming to the end of the Superman thing before they rebooted Action Comics. Blah, 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 blah. Reign of the Doomsdays. Oh, man. I forgot I had that. Action Comics there. That was Action Comics 902. It's around that same time, 903. Doomsday. More Doomsday. Another Doomsday. 904. Yeah, Superman Beyond. That was an interesting one. I don't know if you've ever checked that storyline out. Apparently, somehow I've got Green Lantern in here, and this is going to date it because look at the back cover. Look what's advertised on the back cover. Ryan Reynolds, and that was on the Wii, the PS3, Xbox Live, Xbox 360. But that wasn't what I was looking for. I know I have Red Sun in here somewhere. Hold on. Because that is one of my favorites. And basically Clark's and they finally did it on the DVD or whatever DC did. Barkley, get off of that. Hey, get off of that. Stop, Barkley. Stop. What, buddy? Crypto, come on, Crypto. Stop. Barkley, off. Stop playing with the electrical socket. Not good. No, Barkley. I'm gonna put you out. Sorry. Let's see. Well, I can't find it right now. Anyway. I've got it. I've got the death of Superman as well. Anyway, I guess I need to call this stream because the dog is getting really rowdy. I've got the death of Superman that everybody owned, that made comics and ruined comics because then they start mass producing everything in the 90s and brought down all the value of everything in comics. That was the heyday of comics, and then the beginning of the virtual downfall of comics. Now I'm upset. I can't. I want to find that Red Sun, but believe me, I have it. I'll find it. I'll show it on a future stream. Just remind me. Anyway, so got to run. Appreciate y'all being here. This has been a crazy little live stream with the dog. So, alrighty. I'll see you online. Thank you. And I guess I'll run the outro, and here we go. And thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Geek Home World Podcast. I'm your host, Ed, aka the Savage Tech Man. We talk film, TV, and tech, all from a geek perspective. You can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook, and you can subscribe and follow on YouTube at Geek Home World. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Be a part of the Geek Home World.